Mayor Garcia promised to reform the Citizens Police Complaint Commission in his 2021 State of the City address after insiders called it all but corrupt. But tonight, the Long Beach Citizens Police Complaint Commission is up for community input at Browning High School. Hello, Long Beach. This is Sabrina Cupid reporting for Long Beach News Today. Tonight marks the second and final community outreach as a Seattle-based firm completes their contract on possible changes they'd recommend for the embattled Long Beach Police Complaint Commission. Attendance tonight was poor, but passions were high. Here are some of the highlights.
You guys did not keep me safe, and I waited for the investigation. There were findings, they were voted unanimously, and the chief of the police, Commander Lance, exonerated the officers. I never had an opportunity to be heard.
We've lost track of where we actually were in 1990. It was a very idealistic form that we all came up with. And I know how hard you struggled, Barbara, with this. And yes, it was like you were bullied.
We know what the rules are. Why weren't board investigations done the way the statute requires?
I can't.
I don't think
I can't answer that question. I did my very best and I failed. That's all I can tell you.
The CPCC does not have actual disciplinary authority over a Long Beach police officer, end quote, Deputy City Attorney Monica J. Kiliata explained. So I don't understand what the purpose of the CPCC is. I don't know what you guys do.
Because you were actually one of the original commissioners, but there were some people who were kind of tough on you and they wanted to know why it was that you weren't able to subpoena folks. And you talked about some bullying going on. What was that about?
Well, what happened was the administrator, the city administrator for our commission, was a very meek man. He had been a library administrator, and he just felt the police had all kinds of discretion and they couldn't do anything wrong. And then we had this retired sheriff who also didn't want the commission to have any authority. So as hard as I fought to have subpoena power, and as hard as I fought to have hearings, the way it finally came down, and there was somebody from the city attorney's office there, the way it came down, there were these independent investigators that were supposed to interview all the parties, the complaining parties and the police, and come back to the commission with their recommendation, with their findings. And then it was up to the commissioners to review these findings and make a recommendation to the city manager. And as I said, I failed in getting the rules to be as strong as they should have been.
Residents pleaded with city officials for more than just a single in-person meeting. Not only did the city refuse, but $150,000 of your tax dollars was spent toward this meeting. However, key members of the contractor's team were no-shows, the microphones didn't work, no live stream, and the 3-minute public comment section promised to residents never even happened. That's your tax dollars at work, and so much for a listening session.
Now, the Citizens Police Complaint Commission has a deadline to get their report into the mayor and the city council in time for a potential ballot measure to be drafted. The mayor and 5 other council members will also be on that ballot. This is Sabrina Cupid reporting for Long Beach Families here on Long Beach News Today.